Welcome to Sacred Success, the alchemy of spiritual business, where Michelle Barr talks to conscious entrepreneurs and spiritual seekers about creating a better life and a better business now. Building your own business is the most intensive personal and spiritual growth and development course you could ever enroll in. And that's why Michelle does the work she does for you. We're glad you're here with Michelle Barr on the OMTimes Radio Network.
Welcome to my show, Sacred Business Success on OMTimes Radio Network, and welcome to my community. If you want to continue to connect even deeper with this community and to get free resources that I put out there to my community and stay in contact, you can find me on Facebook at sacredbusinesssuccess.com. And you can find me at my website at fromcallingtocash.com. If you are new to my world and new to my show, I want you to know that I first created a vision of the life I wanted to be living. And then I created a business that supports and sustains that. And that's the way I come from when I'm teaching you. I really want you at every stage, every age, every season to create a life you want to be living. That's what drives me. That's what wakes me up in the morning. That's what really keeps me going. So I'm so glad to have you here so we can really talk about all this. I'm excited about our show today. I am your Sacred Business Success Coach. I'm an intuitive strategist and a mindset mentor. So I talk about all things business and all things life. They're completely intertwined. When I teach people how to build a spiritually based business, to be a spiritually led, conscious entrepreneur, it takes both the marketing to make it work and the mindset to make it happen. I give you practical tips and tools, daily practices, both personal, spiritual, and business that you can use to create a better life now and create a better business now. I want to start today by asking you, are you living the life you want or a life by default? Let that land. Too many people never take any action toward what they say they want most, and then they wonder why they don't have it. I lived that way for too many years. I was working in a job I didn't love, living a life I didn't like at all. I was really sick a lot. I had an undiagnosed illness for 7 years that ended up debilitating me. My marriage was struggling. My children were not doing well. Even my pets were acting out. Think about what you want most. How long have you wanted that and not had it? How much longer are you willing to wait? I waited too long. A decade ago, I felt stuck, frozen, paralyzed in my life. I consistently made decisions not aligned to what I said I wanted most. And I had all kinds of reasons why I couldn't, shouldn't, and wouldn't move forward in the direction of what I said I wanted most. Over and over again, I found myself in this place. And here's the thing. None of the reasons you don't take action are good ones. Time, money, energy, resources, others, permission, excuses, your stuff coming up. I talk about all of these. I get called and emailed every day of the week by people who tell me what they want most and then proceed to tell me why they don't have it. None of the reasons you don't take action are good ones. I had to learn this. And the good news is your greatest objections are your tools for transformation. I didn't believe it at first myself, and then I was amazed that when people called me, the first objection out of their mouth was what they had actually shown up to clear, heal, and resolve, what they actually needed the most help with. There's a saying one of my mentors says, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So the objection they would make to me, think about this, they are contacting me. They know I'm a coach. They know I've built a business. They are coming to me for help. And then right away, they want to argue for their limitations and tell me why they can't do it, why they won't do it, why they shouldn't do it. But they came to me looking for something and they want it and they want it now. What they really want help with is why they let that objection, that reason, that excuse get in their way every single time, everywhere in their life. I spent a lot of years not having what I said I wanted most. And then I made a decision to have it. And I took action. And now I have the life I want to live and the business that supports and sustains it. I tell you all the time, there is always a way forward from wherever you now stand. People come to me all the time from very different places, and I can meet every one of them right where they are and continue forward with them in their journey to move forward and get what they say they want most. If you are in confusion, then confusion is serving you in some way. Think about that. When is the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When is the next best time to plant a tree? Right now. Right now. Stop talking about not having it and have it. Realize you have a choice point in every moment. You are always either moving toward or away from what you want most. The real truth about the haves and have-nots is willing versus able. I really want you to let this one land. It's never about what you can do and always about what you are willing to do. What are you willing to do to have what you want most? This is about your daily actions and practices. Your energy flows where your attention goes. So when you're telling me, you're showing up and you're telling me what you want most, and then in the next moment, in the next breath, you're telling me why you can't have it, you've just shifted your energy. You've just put a dam in the river and sent the flow right into all your stories. All your stories about why you can't have what you just told me you wanted. You've shifted your energy and you do this all the time, in and out, in and out. Think about those people you love to get together with so you can tell your stories and be supported and support them in their stories. If you are in confusion, the confusion is serving you in some way because there's always a way forward from wherever you now stand. Think about that right now. Whatever you say is. What stories are you telling right now that are keeping you from living the life you want to be living? This, what you see now, if you get to know me, if you're in my community, in my world, you will see what I have created when I told a new story, when I did these new things. A life I want to live and a business that supports and sustains it. It starts here. First, you have to show up, you. And you have to learn to take action. Decide in this moment what you most want. Take the actions that will get you there. A decision has not been made until it is followed with action. Show up and stay there. Hold that space. Hold that energetic stance. That's what I teach you to do. Decide what you most want. Take actions that will get you there. I teach people how to take aligned action. I teach people how to be inspired and take action. I teach people how to make decisions and get into action. I have a process, MOVE, my MOVE process. The first step, the M, is make a decision. My book is being released July of this year. It has been a labor of love in the making, and I'm so excited to bring this whole body of work to you now. It's the Entrepreneur's Guide to Taking Action. I invite you to go to the Entrepreneur's Guide to Taking Action.com, where you can sign up to find out more about the book, and you can get a free chapter of my IOA Formula for Success, a free chapter in the book, so you can start applying this in your life right now. This is how I finally created the life I want to live. And when I learned how to do it, now I do it over and over again. These things I teach you, once you learn them, you will be able to apply them to your life over and over again and do them over and over again. It's time to really step on. Step up and step in and think about what you want most. And if you don't have it, why not? I have tools for that, and I'm going to talk to you about that more. I'm so glad you're here today to hear this, to hear a message for you. So stay with me. This is Michelle Barr, your Sacred Business Success Coach, and I will be right back.
Free your mind. Expand your soul. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network.
Radio Namaste leads you down the yellow brick road into portals of consciousness with the blue-collar goddess as your host. Interviews with humans who could be famous or just popular, and answers to everything are on the agenda. Tune into OMTimes Radio and drop in on Thursdays at 3 Eastern. It's a different brand of enlightenment.
As difficult as it is to believe, there are places in Africa where human traffickers sell albino children and their body parts for use in magic rituals. Humanity Healing International is actively working in Uganda to change this paradigm. The Albino Rescue Project finds albino children who are at risk and places them in safe schools and environments where they can learn and grow free from fear. To learn more or to sponsor a child, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
Hi, this is Angela Levesque, host of Entanglement Radio. Join me Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern for inspiring conversations with visionaries in spiritual science and conscious healing. Entanglement Radio, Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern. Transcendent talk for the conscious mind.
Your conscious connection to a more mindful world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Hello, welcome back. This is Michelle Barr, Sacred Business Success. My show here every week on OMTimes Radio Network, and you can get the archives and listen to all the past shows. Every show I give you a takeaway. I give you some things to think about, and I give you a tool, tip, or technique or a practice that you can apply now and get results and change your energy and change your life. There's this thing I love to do where I have these 6 letters. And when I'm speaking in person at a workshop, I will write these out. I'll give everybody a piece of paper. And I have the letters A, E, C, D, R, S. Again, that's A, E, C, D, R, S. Write that down, AECDRS. I did this the other day on Facebook too, and it was fascinating. Same results. I thought, hey, I'll try this on Facebook and see what people come up with. I asked people, imagine you are playing a game of Scrabble and you have all the letters in front of you. AECDRS. When you look at the letters, what do you see? How about you? What do you see? Well, I have some people who see scared and some people who see sacred. Think of that. Scared and sacred. Same letters. But when arranged differently, when seen and perceived differently, it makes all the difference. When you look at those letters, what do you see? One person sees scared, another sees sacred. And you set about to build your word based on what you see, and you play the game with it. So much of how you experience your life is perception. Everything comes through a filter, and that filter is you. Wow, I know. One little shift, one little difference. I heard an interesting little story once about a man who had a dream that fear was chasing him. He ran and he ran, but to no avail. Fear was right on his heels. Finally, exhausted, the man stopped running, turned, looked fear dead in the face, and said, "I give up. You got me. Now, what are you going to do to me?" To which fear softly responded, "I haven't the slightest idea. This is your dream." One little shift is all it takes to begin to create profound positive change in your life. A small shift in thinking, and then another and another, and then you're thinking new thoughts, doing things differently, and being a greater version of you. Look at the word scared, and it may feel like a huge jump from being scared to creating sacred success, the kind of success that comes from making a living, doing something you love that creates a sense of significance in your life, allows you to live your purpose, to bring your vision, your mission, your dreams, and your truth to the table. You create a lifestyle and a life you love that supports you. Scared and sacred, same letters, but when arranged differently, it makes all the difference. You see the word you see, you set out to build your word and your world based on what you see, and you play the game with it. It's perception, and the filter is you. It does take time and energy to begin to shift your mindset. At first, it feels like work, something you have to pay attention to. And then suddenly you're looking at the scrambled letters and you're seeing sacred more than scared. And then you're seeing sacred almost all of the time. Each person looks at the pieces of their own life and they see what they are expecting to see. Maybe you've heard fear is just false evidence appearing real. Well, it's true. The problem with fear is that we have created a world in which we've lost the ability to use it as it was intended. It's a part of our feeling guidance system that puts us into fight or flight so we can fight the tiger in the bushes, kill it, or run away. Instead, we have created an endless supply of tigers in the bushes, and now we have to deal with them every day. The bill that hasn't been paid, the child acting out, our boss writing us up, a coworker being upset with us, our husband under stress, our communication not working, people who need us, people who want things from us. Our bodies stay in a constant fight or flight coping pattern. And then we burn ourselves out. We become absolutely exhausted. And then creating is challenging when we aren't able to begin from a vibration of joy and when we can't summon the creative energy we need. Creating, birthing your own business, birthing this greater, grander vision of you and your life takes a lot of creative energy. We need to not be operating out of that fight or flight and burning ourselves out and creating stress. When you can get into the vibration of joy, the more you can get into joy, the easier it is to manifest what you want. So one of the first things I do with my clients is we start with baby steps. Right now, how much joy do you have in your life, in your week, in your day? What is one thing that brings you joy that you can add back into your life today, and then tomorrow, and then the next day? That's how I started bringing back little things that I love doing, so that I could get into a vibration of joy. That's part of what I talk about doing the energetic work first. Because when we do that, we set the stage. We take a clear, focused, grounded, and centered energetic stance to operate from, and it makes all the difference. Fear is simply a form of resistance. Recognize it for what it is, then get clear, centered, focused, grounded, and moving. Bring more joy into your life right now, right away. It is one of the easiest ways to start bringing in more of what you want. And it's good for your immune system. It's good for your health and well-being. And it's certainly good for fueling you with the creative energy you need. That fight or flight stance is called the beta brain. We need to realize when we're operating from it, make a decision, and then get out of it. There is a theta brainwave state where we are pure potential, where we are in touch with our creativity and our soul self and our creative self. And we want to learn to spend more time in that theta brainwave state. It's something you can learn. It's something I teach my clients. Working with energy, dancing, meditating, movement, running, walking, yoga, all of those things can bring you into that brainwave state. Then you can learn to meditate. You can learn to do things that specifically bring you into that state. There is music that is created with a vibration that will bring your mind and your body following into that theta brainwave state. I want you to be really aware of that, because if you are running, operating out of fight or flight, out of that beta brainwave state all the time, you will run yourself into the ground and you won't create and manifest. It's too heavy. If you're ready to move out of the fear that holds you back and move forward into a life of significance and success, to create sacred success for yourself, here are some things you can do, and I want to share them with you today. I created 10 touchstones to freedom, to step into who you are and take that out into the world. 10 touchstones to freedom, so you can step up and step in, be who you are, and then take yourself and your gifts and your offering out into the world. The first one, get back into your own energy. Some of you might be familiar with this, and other people I find really don't fully understand or even know what their own energy feels like, especially people who are empathic and intuitive and have been throughout their lives. They pick up other people's stuff and carry it around, and they have even agreed to carry big family energy secrets and stories and programs and beliefs and patterns. I lived this way for a long time. I was intuitive and empathic as long as I can remember, but I thought everybody operated that way. I was so enmeshed with everyone else's energy, I didn't know what my own energy felt like. Just doing that changed my health and then changed my energy, my thoughts, my actions, my world. This is something that is really good to do. Start doing it every day, spending time in your own energy. And it's very beneficial right before you go to bed. And you kind of let go and disconnect from everything that's going to zap your energy, everything that's going to drain you. And you spend time sleeping and rejuvenating in your own energy. When I talk about the theta brainwave state, you are most in that state when you're first coming to be awake in the morning and when you're just starting to drift off to sleep at night, unless you do it consciously through meditation, through music, through spiritual practice. So doing that, spending time in your own energy, disconnecting, you will reconnect with all those people and all their energies. So this is not about cutting anybody out of your life, cutting anybody off. So disconnecting even from the people you love. When you go to bed at night, give people back their own energy and take your energy back. And spend time in your own energy. Get back into your own energy. I have 9 more of these. Come back and we will keep going. I'll see you in a minute.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM-FM. Being a radio host on IOM-FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network.
Have you bought into the idea that you have to work hard for your money, that business is hard? I will share some dynamic access consciousness tools to get you out of your own way so you can create a business that actually succeeds. Join me, Simone Millisers, on The Joy of Business at 4 p.m. Mondays Eastern.
The number one reason girls drop out of school in sub-Saharan Africa is lack of access to feminine hygiene products. The Pads for Schoolgirls Project, an outreach of Humanity Healing International, is changing this paradigm by setting up sewing programs at schools, teaching girls a vocational skill, while producing the reusable pads that help keep them attending classes. The girls pay it forward by making and giving pad kits to other girls in need. To learn more, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
What if living didn't have to be so serious?
What if you could move beyond your problems with greater confidence and ease than you've ever imagined?
Throw your labels out the window and join the Irreverent Therapist for practical tips and a very different way of approaching the changes you would like to create.
Marilyn Bradford
and Pam Hodling
have empowered hundreds of people to come out of self-judgment, quit looking to experts, and begin to create the lives they desire.
Join us Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern on the Irreverent Therapist Show.
Conscious media for conscious minds. OMTimes.
Hello again. This is Michelle Barr, your Sacred Business Success Coach, talking to you about the alchemy of conscious business. We talked about number 1 of the 10 touchstones to freedom, to step into who you are and take that out into the world. Number 1, get back into your own energy. Number 2, use your tools. Tools for transformation are many. They're out there everywhere. You have bought books that are sitting on your shelf. You have bought recordings. You have free content now on the internet all over the place. Choose what you will use, something you'll really use, what resonates for you. Don't get into overwhelm trying to apply everything. Here's a coach's request for you that I have my clients do. Choose one tool that you already have and use it for 30 days. Get it into a book, get into a recording, get online, go through your email, whatever it is, something you like. Choose one tool so you don't have to buy anything new, something you already have, and use it for 30 days and watch what happens. The key is that you are the integral tool. You learning to use your energy and your intuition to take charge of your life. Then start building a toolbox full of tools that you can use before you get into crisis. These are tools you can build into your daily spiritual practice, your daily personal practice. Identify your tools and use what you have. Plug into a community, a tribe to learn and share and grow. Know who to go to for help when you need it. This can be a trusted counselor, spiritual advisor, chiropractor, acupuncturist, pastor, mentor, coach, teacher, or guide. Have these things in place, those 3 things. Have a toolbox full of tools that you can use, plug into a community, and then know who you go to for help when you need it, the kind of help that you're going to pay for, that you're going to invest in. Have all 3 of those. Because I do my own work and I'm plugged into a community that feeds and supports and guides me, by the time I go to any of those trusted guides, helpers, and healers, I can really benefit from their work because I'm doing my own work. It makes it that much more powerful. And I already know, so I don't wait till I'm in crisis to try to find out. I have them when I need them. Then make the time to take care of yourself. Extreme self-care is so important on this journey. Number 3, clear the way. Your intuition is there for you. It's coming in all the time, but your mental and emotional clutter are blocking you from receiving guidance and confusing you. Do the inner work and watch your outer world shift. Stop trying to change everyone and everything and instead change the filter that it all comes through. That's right, change the filter, which is you and your perception. This changes everything. Begin with a reflection. Ask yourself, what is one thing that is showing up in my life that I don't want? Or one thing that is not showing up in my life that I do want? What is one thing that is showing up in my life that I don't want? Or one thing that is not showing up in my life that I do want? How does that make you feel? When have you felt like that before? What does it look like on the outside? Who are all the people who play out similar things throughout your life? Begin to identify patterns. This will lead you to your core issues. We each have just a few core issues that run everything in our lives. How we think, what we believe, what we do or don't do, how we react. At first glance, often people come to me with this long list of all these things that are going on in their lives, causing them discomfort and pain. And they don't see how they're all connected. They can't immediately see the patterns. I can because it's not my stuff and it's my gift. With new awareness, suddenly you can see what is playing out, and then you are that much closer to changing it. Once you change from within, it stops showing up in your outer world. It really does. This is what I do with people every day, and I do it for myself in my own life. If I didn't keep myself clear from my own mental and emotional clutter, every one of my clients and potential clients would show up as mirrors with my stuff, and they still do. But I know my stuff. I can't be falling apart when people are paying me to help them and counting on me to hold space for them. Number 4, baby step through it if you have to. Just stay in motion. This is what my whole book, The Entrepreneur's Guide to Taking Action, is all about. Learn to master the art of taking action. Get in action and stay in action. Small steps create profound change. Get started now and do something every day. This is why it's so important to get clear about what you want, what you really want, what you want most, and where you want to be. You only need to know the destination you want right now, not the how. That's one of my universal guiding principles that I teach. Leave the hows to the universe. And I have a poster of all the 9 universal guiding principles that I use in my life and in my business. And I have made them into a poster that you can download and hang up in your workspace and visit and look at all of them. You can find that at 9universalguidingprinciples.com. You can spell it out, or you can use the number 9, 9universalguidingprinciples.com. So baby step through it if you have to. Just stay in motion, stay in action. Get clear about your vision, your mission, your dreams, and your truth. And allow this to be pleasurable. Spend time in this energy. Don't stress about it. This isn't a one-time answer for sure. And you're not married to or locked into what you choose right now. This will evolve as you do. If you really want to learn this piece, learn more about how to do this, go through my 21-day Move email course. It's a free gift I have for you. You can find it at intuitivesuccesscoach.com. intuitivesuccesscoach.com. It is so important to get into motion and stay in motion. Don't stop and start the energy. Don't come in and out. Stop and start. That takes way too much to get it flowing again. Number 5, become a match for what you desire. Learn to work with the essence of what you want. Begin with that. Really feel it and connect to it. Choose one thing or condition and work with it for 30 days. Choose one thing or condition where you are having feelings and experiencing thoughts you don't like. Identify the higher feeling you do want to feel, and then work with the essence of that, of how you want to feel. Leave the hows to the universe. Then do things that give you that feeling, and notice every time you come into that feeling and say, yes, this is it. I love this. I want more. Thank you for this, and I want more. Work with one thing for 30 days. Really focus on it. Energy flows where your attention goes. It's another one of the universal guiding principles. Number 6, manage your mindset. Manage your mindset. I was going to talk about Einstein in a minute. Number 6, manage your mindset. Sometimes my mind goes so fast, I trip over my words trying to tell you the next word I'm thinking while I'm saying something out loud. Einstein really said it best. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. You may have heard that before. Really think about that. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. You just can't create something new with your old way of thinking. New results require new thinking, which creates new energy, which leads to new action. That's why when I teach people how to build that spirit-led business, that spiritually based business, to take your life's calling and turn it into a profitable, freedom-based business, the marketing and mindset are equally important. I talk about teaching you the marketing to make it work and the mindset to make it happen. There are times in my life when I had the marketing, I had the strategy, and I couldn't own it. I couldn't claim it. I couldn't hold that energy and that energetic stance. I didn't have the mindset to be who I needed to be and to do what I needed to do to carry it through and get the results. And then there are times when I can have all the mindset in the world. I'm reading my books. I'm looking at my inspirational quotes. I'm listening to my stuff. I believe in myself. I do it. And if I don't have the strategies, the proven strategies to implement, I will spin my wheels. I'll throw things against the wall to see if they stick, and I won't get very far. Do not underestimate the power of your mindset in all of this. It's crucial. And that feeds back into what I was talking about clearing the mental and emotional clutter, not letting your mind overtake you. You having control of your mind. It is part of what's going on. Sometimes we let it overtake us. We get in fight or flight. We get in that beta brainwave. Next thing we know, we feel in danger. We feel fear, but we're not certain if it's real. And then we create stories about it. So then we attract to us exactly what we've said is, and we create it. Are you exhausted yet? Okay, I've got more of them for you. Come back and we will keep going and finish this off.
Free your mind. Expand your soul. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
Know what to do, just can't figure out how to fit it all into your busy life? It doesn't have to be that way. Hi, I'm Ellen Baisberg from Seamless Life. Join me every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio and learn the how of conscious living. Let me and my guests help make your life seamless.
Simone Milasas would like you to know that business can be fun, which is why she wrote the book, Joy of Business. What if you could have the joy of business rather than the stress and struggle? Most of the time, the only thing stopping you from a thriving business is you. In the Joy of Business book, Simone gives you access consciousness tools and pragmatic ways to get out of your own way and to create the business, life, and living you know is possible and beyond what this reality says is achievable. Business is joy. It's creation. It's generative. It can be the adventure of living. You can purchase your copy of the book through Amazon or Joy of Business website, www.accessjoyofbusiness.com.
Welcome to The Gathering Around My Kitchen Table on Equilarium FM, Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join my guests as we integrate spirituality into everyday reality with vibrant conversations, inspired interviews, and my latest channeled guidance to inspire and brighten your day. I'm Claire Johnson, and together we'll be raising vibrations across the nations.
The Real Conscious Connection. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Hello, welcome back to Sacred Business Success Radio. And we have been talking about the 10 touchstones to freedom, to step into who you are and take that out into the world. Because the more tools you have, the less you're going to get stuck in that fight or flight, and the less you're going to get stuck in the fear. And that's how we transform ourselves and our world from scared to sacred. So just to recap, number 1, get back into your own energy. Number 2, use your tools. Number 3, clear the way, clear that mental and emotional clutter. Number 4, baby step through it if you have to. Just stay in motion, master the art of taking action. And when I talk about master the art of taking action, it's not just any action. It is inspired action. And inspiration comes when you clear the mental and emotional clutter. Your inspiration is there all the time. When you are constantly creating distraction and drama and confusion and busyness and all of these things, you create so much mental and emotional clutter, you cannot perceive the inspiration that is coming to you. Number 5, become a match for what you desire. Number 6, manage your mindset. And now number 7, break free of what limits you. As you begin to do these things and to consciously engage, you will really begin to see what is no longer serving you. And you will begin to make decisions about what to let go of. As you work on empowering beliefs, you will experience the limiting beliefs that once held you back. The more you become empowered and change those beliefs, you'll really see your stuff, which we're always working with, and you will see your limiting beliefs that were holding you back. And now they have lost their power because you've brought them up out of the unconscious where they were driving your bus. They were already working on you. And once you make them conscious, they lose their power over you. Once you name them and claim them, they lose their hold on you. As you allow the new in, it becomes important to release the old, to let go of toxic environments, relationships, habits, and ways of being that are no longer in alignment with who you're becoming and where you're going. Number 8, connect with your vision, your mission, your dreams, and your truth. These things were placed within you for a reason. They are the best clues to help you get started moving in the direction of your dreams and desires to create a better life now. You can always create a better life now, right now. There is always a way forward from wherever you now stand. What positively charges you? What lights you up? What are you drawn to? What do you love to do? What are you best at? Why do you feel you are here? What keeps you up at night? Have you become disconnected from your vision, your mission, your dreams, and your truth? Revisit them before you get into busyness or action. Often, where we see a problem or issue, where we keep asking why nothing is being done about it, we are being called to do something ourselves. I see this all the time in my own life and in the lives of my clients. When we think of something, search for it, and don't find it, then wish it existed, it is often for us to create ourselves. Do you have something like that in your life right now? Number 9, give yourself full permission. And along with this would be stop looking for permission outside yourself. The very first 2 steps of my MOVE process, my MOVE process, are make a decision and own it. M, make a decision. O, own it. There is great power in commitment. Once you make a decision, support yourself 100%. Self-doubt, Second guessing, confusion, and beating yourself up waste precious creative energy. Remember, we were just talking about this, how much creative energy it takes, and how much are you draining, leaking, or zapping your energy. And number 10, leap so you can soar. There's a great proverb that says, when we come to the edge of all we know and are about to take the leap into the unknown, we must know that one of two things will happen. There will be something solid for us to stand on, or we will grow wings and be taught how to fly. I love this, and I've always loved it. And I've had those moments. I used to be too afraid to leap, and I'd stand there forever. My body kind of moving forward and my energy holding me back, and then my energy moving forward and my body holding me back. By the way, that exact energy is where you'll find a lot of twisted knees, sprained feet, a lot of tripping, a lot of falling over yourself, because your energy moves forward and then some part of you is not on board. And so your body ends up getting injured. There's physical restriction. We want to be aware of these things when they're happening. We must know that one of two things will happen. There will be something solid for us to stand on, or we will grow wings and be taught how to fly. This is faith, and it comes from boldly preparing for this moment, for becoming the master of your life and experience. Do the energetic work first. Leap so you can soar. It's not until you come to that edge of all you know and you're going to leap into the unknown where the greatest things will happen. We say it all the time. You hear it all the time. Everything you want is on the other side of your comfort zone. It's on the other side of your resistance. Do the energetic work first. Clear the mental and emotional clutter. Let the inspiration flow. When you get the inspired thought, take immediate action and move. When you get a thought, when you get an inspiration, that is the moment. Everything has been lined up for you. The breadcrumbs, the doors opening. It's all energy, so it shifts again in an instant. You get the inspiration because it's telling you, go now. Go do this now. You want to learn to act on that. You're sitting on a gold mine. The treasure has been within you all this time. Fear is simply a form of resistance. Recognize it for what it is, then get clear, centered, focused, grounded, and moving. Doing all of these things, incorporating them into your life, into your daily life, making them into daily practices, spiritual practices, personal practices, business practices. Get back into your own energy, use your tools, clear the way, baby step through it if you have to, just stay in motion, become a match for what you desire. Manage your mindset. Break free of what limits you. Connect with your vision, your mission, your dreams, and your truth. Give yourself full permission and leap so you can soar. Recognize when you come to that edge, or if you're already standing on that edge, and how long have you been standing there? The edge of all you know, and you're about to leap into the unknown. I've done it enough that I trust now something solid for me to stand on will appear, or I will grow wings and be taught how to fly. We always have to take the first step, and the universe will rush in to support us, but not just on something we say we'll do if or when. The universe doesn't play the if or when game. It doesn't play the when then game. When you have everything lined up for me, then I'll step in. It never happens. We always go first. We always take the first step. I always want to get across to you the profound impact these things I talk about have had on my life, and then led to me living a life and having a business that I'd only dreamed about, that I didn't even know was possible, because I was in that place with that fear, that paralyzing, stuck fear, and all the reasons why I couldn't do it. And I spent so much time scared. But underneath that, a part of me called for me to live a sacred life, a soul-fulfilled life. And so when I talk about sacred success and sacred business success, that's another distinction. Because I had success in the past. I created success among my busyness, drama, distraction, fight or flight, my mental and emotional clutter, and all of that. I created some success, but it wasn't meaningful because I wasn't living in my purpose. I wasn't living my meaning. I wasn't living my life's calling, the things I was most fulfilled at. I didn't have the creative energy to bring forth, so I just got little pieces of them into my life, where now my life is totally integrated. And I want that for you too. I hope you'll join me again next week for more of the show. And you can find me at FromCallingToCash.com. I have free resources waiting there for you. I will see you again next week. Go listen to the archives and take some of this away and put it into practice in your own life today and this week. This is Michelle Barr. I'll see you soon.